Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to BCM. This is Michael. It's been a while, but I'm back. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stick around to the end to see what the experts have to say. I'll put a timestamp below, but first I'll break down what I think. Just quickly, I originally intended to make a video on the upcoming fight between KT Taylor and Miriam Gutierrez. Women's boxing has really taken off in terms of public interest, helped by great boxers like Taylor, Clarissa Shields, and rising talent like Savannah Marshall. It's great to see rising interest in female combat sports like MMA and even bare-knuckle boxing with stars like Australia's own Rebecca Rawlings. So naturally, my hope is this growth will continue in boxing, and obviously I will be covering it. But for the Taylor and Gutierrez fight, I felt there wasn't enough time for my video covering the fight to marinate, as the fight is under a week away from the time that this video was posted. So I had to put it on ice. These men fight or have fought in both the middleweight and super middleweight divisions, but this bout, scheduled for the 4th of December in the UK, will see Billy Joe Superb Saunders defend his WBO Super Middleweight title against fellow Brit Martin Murray. Saunders is in the top 5 both domestically in the UK and in the world rankings because he's good. Saunders was on the verge of securing a unification bout with Canelo Alvarez before the caca hit the fan in 2020, and for whatever reason, the deal was not made. Now, there's a lot of discussion as to why people think it's not happening, but I'm not going to speculate because I'm not privy to any of the discussions that are made behind closed doors. I focus on the fights on this channel. I respect each fighter that steps into the ring. This is how they make their living. We want the exciting fights. Yes, Canelo and Saunders is a good matchup, but right now he's facing Martin Murray, and that is our focus. Now, Saunders will be looking to impress against Murray in this fight, a fight that has fallen through twice already. Saunders' last outing against the Argentinian Caceres ended in a KO in the 11th by Saunders, but before that, one of the 3 judges had Caceres ahead in points by 2 rounds, I think it was. I didn't think Saunders looked that bad, but he was getting tagged cleanly, and he didn't look as sharp as, say, in his middleweight bouts with David Lemieux or Willie Monroe or even Chris Eubank Jr., who has many critics of his own. Regardless, it depends on which Saunders shows up to fight. If he's focused, he displays crisp and accurate punches, fluid movement around the ring, good body and head movement. He cuts off the ring effectively and sets traps for his opponents, who are made to miss and then punished for it, largely thanks to his good foot positioning that keeps him balanced and enables him to counter with speed, accuracy, and some pop. He throws from interesting angles, and he has a very sneaky uppercut. For many, Saunders is either the most overrated or underrated fighters, depending on who you speak to. He has a record of 29-0 with 14 by way of KO. He'll be 31 going into this fight, with Murray being much older at 38. Both fighters are roughly the same height, and I believe Billy Joe has a slight reach advantage. He also has the smack talking advantage because there are some great smack talkers in the game, and BJ is easily one of my favorites. It does get under most fighters' skin, and for Saunders, it's also a family affair, getting his kids in on the action. Martin Murray is, in my mind, a respectful and respectable fighter, and although he has not had a stellar career, and he is easily past his prime, he is a no-nonsense boxer, and he will look to get the job done against Saunders. Now, as mentioned, at 38, I don't know what kind of career he has left for him, and if I remember correctly, he did temporarily retire, but if he can get this win and hold up that WBO Super Middleweight title at the end of it, who knows? It might extend his career by a few more fights beyond the title defense, as I imagine he will be feeling reinvigorated. Murray's record stands at 39 wins with 17 by way of KO, 5 losses with 1 by way of TKO. That was against his middleweight bout with Triple G, and he has the 1 draw. His last few fights, and I mean no disrespect to his opponents, but they were not exactly top draw. And he also has a loss in his last 5 fights. When Murray has stepped up and challenged, or at least fought against an opponent roughly equal to him, he hasn't always come out on top. He did get a win against Gabriel Rosado in their middleweight encounter, but has lost to guys like George Groves when they met at super middleweight, and as mentioned, Gennady Golovkin. Murray's not the most exciting fighter to watch, but he is a working class type of boxer. By that I mean he gets in there and just grinds away. He certainly doesn't carry the speed he once had in his hands, but he will come to you to fight. No question about that. I think this is what Billy Joe will be anticipating, and being a southpaw, I can see him working that straight left down the pipe, along with some good counter punching all night long. I see Saunders winning the fight on points, but I do believe we need to see Saunders step up in 2021. I agree that that's what needs to happen, you know, against guys like Callum Smith at super middleweight, or if they can agree on the weight class, guys like Canelo Alvarez or Demetrius Andrade. I believe a win against these guys would go a long way in silencing his critics. So that'd be cool to watch. Anyway, like I say, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to eat a fistful of wet dog hair, but I see a win for Saunders in this matchup. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder that if you want to show your support, you can like, share, and subscribe. Life is a fight outside the ring, and if you want to read about my story and troubles, with chapters discussing subjects ranging from substance abuse to violence, the knife incident or the highway incident, and how I turned my life around completely, you can find out in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps. It's available on Amazon. Just follow the link below.